Okay. Here's the title. Agents now build 10x more data pipelines than developers. Now what? I'm Alena Astrakhantseva. I work as a developer relationship at dltHub. I'm a machine learning engineer, data engineer, software developer, and a few words about DLT and dltHub. Do you know, guys, what DLT is? Maybe you heard about data load tool before. Okay, so it will be new for you. dlT is a data load tool. It's an open source Python library for data ingestion. You probably had this problem before, like loading data from source to the destination from the API or a bunch of files for machine learning training, for example. Yeah, and you probably did a lot of manual stuff using Python or I don't know, SQL. So the answer to the question that now agents build your data pipelines. So what now? So our answer is dltHub Pro. We build native data engineering platform. You can use Claude or Codex or Cursor and build like data platform using agents. So with dltHub Pro, in 50 minutes, you and your AI agent can, if you are an engineer, you can ship the release tomorrow. Yeah, for example, you can ingest your Sentry logs or post-tree-hog events and build like error rate per feature dashboard yourself without asking your analyst to do that or waiting for a data team, and decide if you want to release the feature tomorrow. If you are an analyst, you can answer the SEO before lunch. For example, you can pull Stripe data and ATO data into your warehouse with a pipeline you built yourself and give the answers to your SEO for the, give answers to your SEO. Okay. If you are AI fluent and a little Python, and you can, for example, ingest any type of data. We internally at dltHub, we use data for GTM, go-to-marketing team, a lot. For example, you can ingest your Luma data from the API and check, build the statistics of the participants and so on. So, let's start from the beginning. The DLT, as I already said, it's an open source Python library for moving data. You can just install it with pip install DLT, write few lines of Python, and load any data from any source to any destination. Like it could be a relational database or a cloud file system or any, for reverse ETL, it could be another API. Okay, let's talk a bit about AI. So that's what we call data democracy when we use DLT with AI. On the next slide, you can see that last year, the number of data pipelines increased like significantly, like 10x. And we assume that this amount of pipelines were generated by agents. Why we think so? Look at the right part of this slide. You can see that the numbers also increased for the last year for the DuckDB destination. Anyone knows DuckDB? Yeah, DuckDB, it's a local database. You can easily prototype with DuckDB. And so it gives us a hint that developers use DuckDB for local prototyping a lot. And you can see that 15x growth looks enormous. and it's obviously that developers experiment a lot with agents. So this is how usually DLT pipeline looks like. A few lines of code, and you load your HubSpot data into BigQuery, for example. Except you don't write this code. And to be honest, I didn't write this code either. My agent did. And we don't care much about the lines of code. Yeah, what we care about, it's how reliable is your code now. So DLT gives you these guardrails. It includes a lot of built-in features and helpers, like REST API source. Yeah, you can define your REST API source as a config, and the actual extraction and loading part will be handled by DLT. So it's also just a Python code. You can run it with python.py. Okay, how it usually looks like. You just ask your agent, like, pull your HubSpot deals into BigQuery incrementally. It could be you or your manager, your co-founder, and you can easily load your data to the destination. So then DLT reads a lot of context. So it's not generating a data pipeline from the training data. It generates pipeline from the context. DLT provides a lot of helpers, toolkits, and also we have a big library of source context. We have like around 10,000 of context for every API you probably know. And the last step, you review the code, you deploy it, and you have your data now. And there's the boring boilerplate is gone now. You have any source in any destination. Your schema will be inferred. You don't have to create it from scratch using SQL. Your data will be incrementally loaded if you want to. Your schema will be evolved. For example, if your data changed, you have new column, new table, your data types changed, DLT will handle it, so your pipeline will never fail. Also, it's just Python, as I already said. So now, the main question. You built DLT pipeline, your agent built DLT pipeline, you loaded your data probably, but can you trust it? Can you trust agents? I think it's the biggest question nowadays. So it wrote something, but what's next? So we built dltHub Pro, the managed runtime that turns an agent wrote a pipeline into a pipeline you can ship. With data quality checks, transformations, and exploration baked in. So trust isn't a feature, it's a substrate. You can also install dltHub with a pip install. It's like extension for our open source library. And how the workflow would look like with agent and dltHub. You just prompt it as usual, like load data from HubSpot to BigQuery. It applies skills, tools, MCP, all the pre-built features from dltHub, and creates your pipeline. Also, it goes through the checks you would make manually. You would have to check your data, you have to check your code, you have to debug it. So dltHub will handle it, everything. And next step, I think also the most important one, you can also easily deploy DLT pipeline with dltHub Pro. You can do that the same way. You just prompt it with agent, like deploy it, and it will run dltHub like skills, toolkits as well. Yeah, so they have the special workflow for this process. You can also schedule the pipeline. You can control the deployment process fully. And dltHub is not only the CLI, it's also a very extensive data platform. You can use it for observability. You can use it for monitoring, for sharing, and yeah, just for health checks and so on. So the main point will be trust the agent, but review the results. And dltHub Pro actually gives you this opportunity to get the results directly and review it. What dltHub includes? It includes not only AI support, it includes also data quality checks. It will apply it as well automatically. You don't have to even think how to apply these data checks, but you need to validate them. Yeah, what is the status of these checks? Also, dltHub provides dashboards and notebooks, which you can use to explore your data. What data was loaded? What, is it correct? How many tables? How much data? Yes, and data exploration skills. So you can use dltHub AI Workbench and just ask it, please, can you validate it for me? And it will run the list of checks that will make sure that your data is correct. But remember, the last step should always be a human. Always review your generated stuff. Okay. What's also unique about dltHub and dltHub Pro, that every stage reads the last one. We start with DLT pipeline. We load, agent generate the pipeline, then it provides all the metadata, like it provides schema, it provides all the states, like your incremental cursors, all the traces, and it provides directly to your next steps. Next step could be transformations. dltHub also provides transformations. And these transformations will be built on top of this metadata. So it will know the schema, the data, and all the, like everything around it. Then we move to deployment. And again, all the information, all the metadata we got from the first and second step will be provided into deployment stage. So dltHub will know how to iterate over your pipeline, how to debug it, how to make it work. And the last stage is data quality and observability. So dltHub will check it for you, as I already mentioned before. Don't want to repeat myself again. And yeah, you can try it yourself. We have 14 days trial period. You just run UVX and dltHub start. It's very easy to remember. It will scaffold the workspace and drops you into AI Workbench, where you can just repeat the workflow I showed you on the GIFs. So pick a source, tell the agent what you want, and get your pipeline. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. We have a bit of time for some questions, if anybody has any questions. Yeah?
Thank you. So when DLT generates the pipelines, are engineers capable of looking at the code? What does it look like? Is it an Airflow pipeline?
No. dltHub Pro provides you runtime as well. So you just connect your DLT workspace locally with the platform. Yeah, it's you can do that directly from the CLI.
Okay.
Yeah, and run it directly on dltHub Pro.
So the pipelines wouldn't be transferable to other platforms. So it's really DLT specific.
Yeah. So you move your pipeline, dltHub moves it directly from your local workspace to the runtime we provide. Yeah.
Okay. And
so you don't need an Airflow anymore.
And you showed like in the demo that the agent picks up everything from scratch. You just tell it. In your demo, you showed that the agent is able to pick up everything from scratch. Create the pipeline, you give it the input, the output, that's it. Is there a possibility also to collaborate with the agent to kind of step by step, do it step by step?
Yes, yeah. Like you usually do that step by step, like I showed here. First, you prompt it, like build the pipeline. Then you ask it to deploy it. Then you ask it to validate it, or yeah.
No, but even within the pipeline, if you want to break it down into tasks and understand step by step how things are done, is that also possible?
Yes, yeah, you can have full like end-to-end workflow as well.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Amazing. If there is no other questions, big thank you, Alena.
Thank you so much. Thank you.